I take another step. Crunch. The rubble crunches under my foot. That serves as a signal. Will you be able to keep up with my projection? You'll die once your swords lose their precision. The opposing swords sweep through the air. They're drawn together like magnets and clash into each other.
Oh my god.
Absolutely baited.
Absolutely baited. Oh my god, I'm so mad this is where we stopped off.
We could have read 2 more lines and stopped here.
We got so fucking played.
The search ends rather quickly. Lancer's thought to be specialized in battle, but he's actually skilled in magic. Gay Bulg is not the only thing he obtained in the Country of Shadows. County of Shadows. God damn it. He's the hero who obtained all 18 of the Runes of Origin. But since he prefers to battle using his lance, the magic rarely gets used. And now is one of those rare times. Alright. The thing that flies above the floor suddenly drops. The Berkana rune finishes its search and turns back into a stone.
Who are you?
An unfamiliar boy stands up in confusion. Lancer realizes that he knows the voice and recalls who he is. You're Rider's Master. Oh, I thought you were dead already. He stops halfway. He sees Tosca Rin behind the boy. She's tied to a chair. That's fine. That's to be expected since she's captured. But there's a bit more to the girl. First of all, the chair is on the ground. She's tied to the chair, so Tosca Rin is also on the ground. Her long black hair is covered in sand, and something red can be seen on her mouth. She must have cut her lip. There's also a slight bruise by her mouth.
You're Lancer? What? Who allows you to come in here? You're... Oh!
The fist smashes into Mato Shinji's cheek. Not gonna fuck around.
No hesitation here.
The light back fist blows the boy to the wall. Oh, sorry kid. I guess I'll let my hand do the talking. He didn't kill the boy since it was unconscious. But it would not have been unconscious if Tosca Rin looked paler and her clothes were more disordered. He would have consciously tried to blow the boy's head off if that were the case. Actually, Lancer doesn't care how a captive's treated. But he won't tolerate having his spoils snatched by someone else.
Uh-oh.
Spoils for him are enemies he has to kill and women he favors.
Lancer?
Tosca Rin groans, still tied up to the chair. She must have been unconscious, as her voice is not too much different from when she wakes up. Yo, it's morning! Wake up, you lazy bones! Lancer gives an out-of-place greeting and walks to Tosca Rin.
Why? This is the Einsburn Castle.
I know. Oh, don't move. I'll cut your hands free. Do as you wish after that. You can go to the hall and stop the fighting idiots, or you can go home from the back door. The red lance appears.
That's helpful, but behind you, Lancer!
Lancer turns around at Rin's warning. What? The one appearing there is unexpected, even for him. The corner of the room. The one walking past Mato Shinji is... Fuck, did not think that's who it was.
I also did. I was like, it can't be Gil, right? No.
I just figured it was, because he was here earlier.
Yeah, well, Gil seems to be the one that always shows up, right? So I was like, it has to be Gil. But like, yeah, here we are.
Who?
That's me. That's me.
Okay.
Right? I think that's me.
I did it during the prologue. I think you did it last route.
I think we've been trading back and forth on this guy.
Go ahead. I have a lot of reading
You
coming
have
up
a
today.
lot of reading to do. Stop right there, Lancer. I ordered you to help them, but not to get this deeply involved.
Kotomine Kirei. the one assumed to have been killed by Castor.
Kirei?
Hear it? Oh, fair enough. Rin lets out a surprised voice. Lancer glares suspiciously at the priest. Hey, when did you change your religion? Wasn't it my master's belief not to come out into the open?
I have no religion to change. You are going against my order, Lancer. I thought I told you to kill Archer. Did you fail, Lancer?
He'll disappear even if I ignore him. I just came to finish up an unfinished job. But if you're here, does that mean that kid's a pawn of yours?
Do not say it like that. We are cooperating. We work together in order to obtain the Holy Grail.
The priest says so without looking at the boy moaning in the rubble. I see. I knew you wouldn't die so easily. Not only were you still alive, but you were doing things behind our backs, huh? You have really bad taste. What are you doing controlling that harmless Shinji? Fuck, was that all Rin?
Was it?
It must be, right? Lancer wouldn't call him Shinji.
Yeah, because, well, okay, so
That's
definitely Lancer.
Kirei.
But
yeah, I don't know.
I still think you were right on making that Lancer.
Okay, I just like calling him Shinji and also, I don't know. Well, continue as is.
Yeah. Oh, this is me, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. So you see him as harmless, huh? You are the same as always, even in this situation. I would not be so reluctant to do this if you weren't so smart.
The priest laughs. He looks and sounds as though he's giving a benediction to the dying. It's a full heal. And Jill runs up the girl's spine. At that moment, she realizes her fate. Stay night. With a saintly smile, the priest gazed upon the sacrifice who had been his pupil for the past 10 years. Hold on, Kotomine. What are you gonna do with her? Did you tell me a lie when you said you wanted to save your pupil? Lancer glares at his master while standing in front of the girl.
It is not a lie. I have raised her to be my tool. I have deceived her for 10 years, so it'd be boring if she retired so easily. That is why I ordered her protection. I have prolonged her life for only 2 days, but isn't that more than enough to show my love?
The priest walks past Lancer and looks down at the girl on the ground. The girl glares at her former instructor.
You fraud! I knew it was possible, but you really are a master, huh? How unfair for a supervisor to take part in the game. You were rather calm, Rin. So you did know, huh? Of course, I didn't show you my servant because I suspected you, but I didn't think I was deceived from the start. From the start?
Then. The priest frowns if the words are unexpected.
What? Do you have something to complain about, Kirei? No, you said from the start, so I was merely wondering what you meant by that.
The priest grins. He looks down at the girl with utmost pleasure.
Hold on, Kirei, you don't mean... Are you talking about the start of this Holy Grail War? Or do you mean the previous one?
With that, the girl understands everything. Her face turns pale, and she looks up at the man she studied under for 10 years in disbelief.
I see. So you killed him, huh? Of course. He was my beloved teacher, so it was easy to attack him by surprise.
A grinding sound. The girl hangs her head and grits her teeth.
You get lost in your afterlife, you damn priest! You have no place to be, okay? Even hell wouldn't take a bastard like you! An impotent guy like you should lay on needles in hell!
The girl keeps on cursing him. Of course, the priest doesn't care about such things. But the boy is overawed by her change. Mato Shinji never thought Tosuka Rin would show this much emotion.
Kotomine... Oh, ooh, how do I... They all sound the same. Kotamine!
You wanted this.
I didn't want this, bro. It's hard. I want to make him sound high-pitched and annoying, but then he just sounds like a girl.
That's fine.
Kotamine, you know Tosaka's mine, right? Only I have business with her. You can go to the church and wait for this to be over. I do have business with her. I need her to become the Holy Grail here.
Toshinji does not understand what the priest is saying. The only ones who understand are the priest and the sacrifice, Tosaka Rin.
It should be right about the right time once Saber and Archer disappear. I don't want her to struggle and waste magical energy. Let's quickly get this over with.
The priest walks away from the girl with those words. The only one in front of Tosaka Rin is Lancer. Kotamine, you.
Finish off that trash, Lancer. The vessel does not require a heart.
Only Mato Shinji reacts to those words. Tosaka Rin glares at the priest, but bites her lip without speaking. The priest's smile already told her that she was going to be killed here. She understands that she'll not be saved, and that she won't be hurt even if she begs for her life. That's why she doesn't complain. That's the only way she can resist, and that is her will of opposition. She won't give up until the very last second. Help might arrive even at this moment, and she might be the only one that survives after this room miraculously crumbles.
Who?
Well, it won't happen. Well, she won't give up, but she also understands it's impossible. That's why she has no fear. Except for one thing. She imagines that boy's expression when he finds her dead after coming to save her. She doesn't want him to cry. It angers her that she's the cause of his tears, and she doesn't know how she can apologize to him. No, she can't apologize if she dies, but she still doesn't want him to cry.
Sorry, Emiya-kun. I'm retiring first.
So she decides to apologize ahead of time. It does no good, but it calms her down.
What's wrong, Lancer? It's just a girl. It should be easy to pierce her.
The priest shows no mercy. To that, I refuse. I can't obey that order. Use the command spell if you want me to do it. Lancer replies while looking at the priest as if he's an enemy.
What?
The priest narrows his eyes. The master and the slave. The air inside the room freezes as they stare at each other.
I see. I guess it cannot be helped. I do not like wasting a command spell on something I can do myself.
He raises his left arm. The priest activates the command spell on his arm.
Then I will command you. Kill yourself, Lancer.
God. He vomits up blood. But that's nothing compared to the blood spilling from his chest. Kotamine, you! His voice is a whisper now. The spearman, Lancer's chest and heart are pierced by his own lance.
Farewell. Your duties are already at an end.
The man in blue armor falls to the floor. Redness permeates the floor. There's no sign of him getting back up. The spearman in blue has been defeated by his own lance at the command of his own master. The priest moves. He walks over to the girl and crouches down. Her heart. He stoops so he can easily pull out Tosaka Rin's heart.
What? Kotamine, that's not what you promised! You said you'd give me Tosaka!
The priest gives the boy a wordless glance.
No, you can't have Tosuka. I have so much to pay her back for, so she has to be alive.
Mato Shinji protests, his teeth chattering at the sight of Lancer's corpse. But he stops. The boy slowly retreats, unable to take the priest's stare. The priest looks from the boy back to the girl.
Is there anything you would like to say in the end? I shall at least hear out your will.
His words are simple.
Huh. You should know what I'm thinking in a situation like this.
Tosuka Rin answers in her normal manner.
You're right. You never give up until the very last second, Rin. At the very same time, you have this wonderful side of you that admits reality. Yes, this contradiction is very mellow.
He shows no hesitation. The priest grabs the girl's right on top of her heart. The girl closes her eyes at the sensation. A pierce. The heart is pierced and blood gushes out. Even after being abandoned, the room is still used as a disposal for corpses. The one to gasp is Tosuka Rin. Blood drips onto the floor. The dripping sound is made by something above her. From the chest of the priest who is looking down at the girl. Blood pours from his mouth. The wound on his chest is fatal. The weapon protruding from his back is the cursed lance that always strikes its target. The priest shows no emotion. With his lips covered in blood, he turns to Lancer.
Lancer, you...
Too bad, Kotamine. I wouldn't be a hero if I instantly died from a wound like this. Anyone can tell that the ironic voice is bluffing. Lancer has no vitality. He has no heart and his body's about to disappear. The demonic lance is pulled out. The priest, having nothing to show for his departure, falls and dies. No matter how great his mastery of magic or how powerful his divine protection, he's still a mere human. There is no way for him to be alive after being stabbed in his heart by the demonic lance.
I think that's...
So it did end like I imagined, huh? The knight leans against the wall and tries to hold up his disappearing body. But it's only temporary. Lancer will disappear once he falls to the ground. He lost his heart and his master. He's still able to maintain his body because of his dirty survival tricks.
This is great! All the idiots can just kill each other! Shinji?
The girl who is staring at the dead priest is brought back to reality by the laughing voice.
What about the Holy Grail being mine? A useless guy stayed useless, huh?
Mato Shinji kicks the priest's corpse. The dead man does not move.
Okay, obviously.
That must have pleased him, as the boy kicks the priest's head with all his might. A heavy smacking sound echoes in the room. The sensation and the sound excite Mato Shinji more than he expected.
But I won't complain, I'm not holding any grudges, and it's pitiful to keep talking to a corpse.
He laughs. The boy, whose sanity's almost gone, walks towards Tosuka Rin with staggering steps.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Tosuka. There was a lot of interference, but we're finally alone. There are only 3 more servants. I'm sure everything will be over by the time you get tired of crying here. Hate that.
He literally goes on all fours to get on top of Toska Rin like a lizard.
Hate that!
Yeah.
But it's all good. I had some business with you as well. It'd really trouble me if you died too easily. That'd be very rude since I've been waiting so long for this. Come on, beg me, Toska. I might save you depending on how you act. The Holy Grail is going to be mine. I might consider sharing it with you if you're going to be mine. I'm utterly amazed. Are you really that stupid?
Then, even while she's tied up and being licked on her cheek by the boy, Toska Rin speaks up.
What? I'm asking you if you've learned your lesson yet. You were just used by Kirei. Listen, that servant isn't one that can be handled. You should know that since you've been near him. You should wake up and run away. You might still have time. You should run away as fast as possible if you don't want to die. Ha! You're just begging for your life. You're the idiot, Tosuga. Kotomine died. Who would get in my way now?
Mato Shinji runs his finger along the girl's body. At that instant,
Hey.
Mato Shinji is punched away once again. He's flung to the wall.
Stop it, kid. You're not worthy to touch that woman.
Lancer glances at the boy and walks lazily. Oh, fuck, what?
Lancer, I thought we... Oh, no!
Oh. Stop it, kid. You're not worthy to touch that woman. Lancer glances at the boy and walks up to the girl.
Sorry. Yeah, okay.
Good, I got it.
What? You're going to object to me when you're almost dead?
The spearman stops. He now turns to Mato Shinji.
Hey, you would have died in peace if you kept quiet. Fine, I won't kill you so easily. Come on, Gilgamesh, he wants to die in style.
He raises his voice. Mato Shinji's servant, the one who can kill any heroic spirit, is summoned by his master and...
Hey, damn, what's he doing? Can't you hear me? I'm telling you to come here.
His voice sheepishly echoes through the room. The golden servant does not appear. The spearman covered in blood takes another step towards the annoying boy.
Oh no. You're fucking dead, dude. Hey, damn. What's with you? Why are you trying to be cool when you're almost dead? Die already. Don't you know you're just in my way? You must.
The lance is thrust. The quick thrust pierces Mato Shinji through his right shoulder. His scream tears through the room. Lancer pulls out the lance with an almost bored expression and points at Mato Shinji's temple. Get lost. I might be almost dead, but I can still easily kill 1,000 of you. Retreating to the wall and shivering, Mato Shinji runs away. Man, he made me waste energy. Letting out a big sigh, he walks over to the girl. The lance cuts away the girl's bonds like paper.
Thanks. You really helped me out, Lancer.
She thanks him as soon as she's freed. Unmindful of the dirt that covers her, she bows to Lancer. Well, it just turned out this way. You don't need to thank me.
Mm-hmm.
At that instant, he falls.
What, Lancer?
She tries to catch him, but does not make it. Lancer, who is leaning against the wall, crumples onto the ground. His legs won't move. Lancer's limbs are already dead. The fact that he still got up, killed his master, and freed her is unbelievable. Gah! Gushing blood stains his blue armor red.
Hold on, I'll heal your wound right away.
Rin runs to the bloody spearman, but Lancer stops her by raising his hand. It's useless. A heart pierced by my lance won't heal easily. And besides, you don't have magical energy to spare.
But...
Don't worry about it. I'm used to this kind of thing. Heroes always die because of unreasonable orders. His casual talk is like always. The blue spearman does not change his tone, even on the verge of his death. The girl stands there, speechless. Sneeze.
Oh, sorry. I was like, I thought something went wrong. I was like, did you take disconnect?
Looking up her, Lancer sighs if the weight is lifted off his shoulders. Man, I guess we both ended up with boring partners.
Yeah, but he was just hard to handle in my case.
You're right. I would have no complaints if a woman like you were my partner, but I never had luck with women. Man, this never changes. He laughs in self-derision. Then... well, get going. I'll take him with me. You go back to your partner. The spearman in blue urges the girl. Lancer's holding the on Zeus rune. The rune containing his remaining magical energy will burn this room to ashes. Understanding his determination, the girl turns her back to Lancer.
Goodbye, Lancer. I only knew you for a short while, but I also like you.
She runs to the entrance hall. Ha! Whatever, young girl. Come back when you're older. He sounds happy. The room erupts in flames. The blaze burns Lancer's body and his master's corpse, without leaving a trace. The red lance and the blue armor disappear in the flames like empty illusions. Ooh. We good to go? Am I ready? Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. The same swords, the same techniques clash. My attack and his attack are the same. But still, the blades chip away and my body's wounded the more we fight. The attack that I blocked breaks through. Concho in my left hand is destroyed by his Concho, and his weapon sweeps at me from the side. Ha! Gah! I twist my body to dodge it, but it still slashes me. Although not immediately fatal, the wound will eventually overcome me. Damn! I bear the pain by cursing and swing Baki at the close enemy. What? It's blocked and destroyed as well. We have the same swords and the same techniques, but there's a gap that I can't fill. Do you think my Concho and yours are equal? Your assumptions of the basic structure are still too weak. Even if you get the appearance and the composition materials down, it's a matter of course for it to be destroyed if the structure is not reasoned out. Even an image falters if it's illogical. My temple and my side. He attacks both my vital spots at once. Ah! I immediately project the twin swords and parry the attacks. My head hurts to the point of blurring my sight. It's not because of the strain of immediate projection. This is that headache. The instinct I felt when I was searching for Tosuka. The slight fever I got every time I faced him. That strain now threatens to drive me mad. I parry his attacks. I step in and slash at his body. The red headache burns my eyes every time I do so. It's because of the contradiction that Emiya Shiro and Heroic Spirit Emiya are existing at the same time. Ever since we recognized each other's identities, my body breaks every time we touch each other. I traced his sword technique and even his reproduction ability. It's natural for them to suit me. His abilities are Miyashiro's optimal technique, perfected over many years of training. There's no way it wouldn't suit me. In trying to match his skill, I allowed myself to learn too much about my future self. God. My eyeballs go numb. Every time I swing the sword, every time the sparks fly out, I'm attacked with a flash so strong it could blind me. I'm no match for him, and my vision fills with red every time we exchange blows. If that's the worst of it, I don't care. My body's already torn apart. My headache's nothing compared to the burning wound in my stomach. The problem is that the headache won't stop because there's something I'm still drawing out from him. That's the 5th one. You should be nearing your limits of reproduction using projection. I know your magical energy capacity. You have 3 more. Even though I showed that to you, you still misunderstand. His scornful voice contained some disappointment. Misunderstand? I don't care about that. More than anything, I have to do something about this headache right now. The thing flowing from you. Well, it will be impossible for you, even if you arrive at that. It's not enough with the magical energy you can generate right now. Yes, either way. My headache gets worse. He raises his twin sword to finish the match. You had no chance of victory to begin with. He swings them down in a cross. The swords I blocked them with are destroyed. My body becomes numb, as if a hammer had been smashed on it, and the headache finally sears my brain as well as my eyes. It's flowing into me. So, this is scarier than the pain. This is his memory. The reason he changed so much. I can see bits and pieces of what will happen to Miyashiro in the future. I don't know if it was correct or not. Nobody will be able to determine that. The beautiful things were ugly and the ugly things were beautiful. There's nothing disgusting once you look at it objectively. So why is there such a deviation? Sophistry, falsehood, trickery, vanity. Those are what he saw the most. I'm the bone of my sword. But still, it seems he didn't care. There was an ideal and an oath he had to protect. He didn't care what he lost to do so. Even when he was betrayed, he believed there'd be a next time if he did not betray himself. He didn't show grief or pain. Steel is my body, and fire is my blood. He's like a cold-blooded machine to others. He was a convenient existence, so he was conveniently used. He was only a tool in other people's eyes. But the machine had an ideal it wanted to protect, so it accepted its role as a convenient tool. I have created over 1,000 blades. Unknown to death. Nor known to life. It's not something to go around proclaiming. The more he kills and the more he's unable to save, the less he can talk about his ideal.
Oh no, Tamago hit a button. Everything's fine.
The only thing left for him is to obstinately protect his ideal until the very end. And the result, the ideal Emiyashiro dreamed of has never been accomplished. And he found out that it's just nonsense dreamed by a fool who's only a nuisance to others. Have withstood pain to create many weapons. See, this is his end. See, this is your end. My mind gives in. I won't feel compassion. I won't feel compassion. I won't feel compassion. I won't feel compassion, but my mind almost gives in, thinking that I'll be following his exact path. Yet, those hands will never hold anything. What you believed in. What you believe in. You're shown that's just a fantasy that's covered with lies, and still... His weapon closes in. A horn-like sword comes to pierce my heart. Gah! Get away. I have in my hands the twin swords I quickly projected. Ah! Ha! 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 I forced down my nausea. What was I seeing? Forget it. Forget what you just saw. You need to defeat him. You should focus everything on that goal. I guess it's a miscalculation. I've heard of magic lets you acquire skills from the past by possessing yourself with a previous self. It seems your skills improve the more you fight me. My shoulders heaving, I prepare myself for this attack. Then my projection shouldn't be the only thing you got from me. That face, seeing that nasty face of yours. You saw it too. My breathing stops. Don't let me say it. Don't let me recall it. If you say what I just saw, then it's simple. It's all true, Emiyashiro. His red cloak moves. He closes in on me in an instant and thrusts the horned sword. It's destroyed in one blow. There's no way a hastily constructed sword, and a first attempt at that would match his sword. But, even though I'm empty-handed, he throws away his sword. He projects Durandal, the renowned sword of the king. Ah! I skip about 4 steps and quickly reproduce his weapon. But of course, such an imitation is destroyed in one blow. I fall. I'm repelled and I land with my back on the rubble. That surprises me. The rubble turns red just by having me fall on top of it. Oh. I already know, but it seems my body's almost dead, outside and inside. This is it. This is it. Your foolishness for coming here when you know you won't be a match. A mindless imitation, imprisoned by a stupid ideal. Do you understand that those are your true identity? His voice echoes. My body's covered with wounds. It's bad how the wounds are so deep that I can reach inside them and take out my bones.
Oh god.
There is no value in such a life. I'm sure of it. There's no value in Emiyashiro's life. It is wrong to save just because you want to save. You are a fake that should never have existed, as you are broken as a human being. My magical energy is almost depleted. Not only that, the magic circuit to run the magical energy is burned up. No, if I talk about it burning up, it burned up yesterday when I used projection. It's just that an almost broken thing completely broke. But my body's telling me I can still fight. My mind bluffs itself, saying that it's not given in. Oh. Then I have to get up and defeat him. It's useless. I am your ideal. You should realize that you cannot match me. I focus the last of the will on the magic circuit. My split nerves scream. But I carefully put together the 8 steps. Trace off. I project his twin swords. Concha and Bakia, 2 great swords named after an ancient swordsmith. Fuck. Ah! I swing them. I keep attacking until my remaining energy runs out. My twin swords are met by twin swords. Archer now holds Concha and Bakia and parries my attacks without retreating. I see. It's natural for you not to accept it. As I am your ideal, Emiyashira must not accept me more than anyone. His calm tone pisses me off. I can't even breathe, but he's calm and composed. Damn! I attack with all my energy. Damn! He does not parry my attacks, but pushes them back. Ha! Gah! And push back along with my twin swords. The difference in our power is obvious. There's no way for me to win with pure strength. Ha! Then let me ask you, Shiro. Do you really want to be a superhero? For an instant, my mind blanks out from the surprise attack. What? I don't want to become one. I'm going to become one. I glare back at him. Then, yes, you need to become a superhero. Because that is your only emotion, an emotion you can neither betray nor deny. Even if that wish is not born from within you. He stops me with words that grab my heart. What? Not born from within me. I deny them even before I think about what those words mean. I can't let him finish. I can't realize that fact. If I find out, Emiyashira's foundation will crumble. Uh-oh, it seems you have a vague idea of it. No, you knew it, but you tried your best to keep that fact from yourself. I cannot even remember now. I start to say before I stop myself. I don't want to know. I know that I shouldn't know. But still, I know that I must know. The contradiction of Emiyashira. The answer to what's wrong with me and how I'm distorted. I do not have your memory anymore. But I still remember that scene, the flame filling my vision and the smell of death. The request for help and how I felt when it was granted. The look of relief on Emiya Kiritsugu's face when he saved me. I realized it's natural to die, and my mind emptied out. I was saved at that time. The man who saved me smiled with tears in his eyes. That is what I thought was beautiful. That's right. It's not that you felt guilty for being the only one saved. You just admired Kiritsugu. You wanted to become like him only because he looked so happy when he saved you. That's right. It's not me that got saved at the time. It's an assumption I didn't even think about. If that fire was Kiritsugu's fault, he shouldn't have been able to bear that fact. A tragedy without any survivors? Kiritsugu, the one who caused it, must have frantically searched for a survivor. And he finally found a survivor that shouldn't have existed. The man found a surviving child that could not be saved. If you talk about miracles, it's... But I knew about that already. I don't care about his circumstances. It was enough for me that he got me out of that hell. Even if it may have been for himself, it's true that he tried to save me and wished for my survival. That's enough. Emiya Kiritsugu saved a boy who had nothing. So... Yes, it's natural for a child to admire his parent, but you went too far. It would have been fine if you just admired what Emiya Kiritsugu wanted to become. But he left you a curse at the very end. I do not even need to say it, right? That is everything for you. I'll make your dream. That's the answer. Hearing my casual remark, he left the words, "I'm relieved," behind him. And then that man, who was emptier even than me, died. At that moment, Emiyashiro had to become a superhero. My will doesn't matter. For his sake, I simply tried to become what he had admired since he was small. The wish for everyone to be happy. It's an impossibility dreamed not by me, but by Emiya Kiritsugu. You should know, Shiro. Your ideal is borrowed. You are only imitating what Emiya Kiritsugu wanted to become, what Emiya Kiritsugu thought was right. That is... I grit my teeth, desperately trying to resist my mind that's about to give in. But... A superhero? Don't make me laugh. Over and over, you said you wanted to help people, that wish not your own. You were conceited to think that such a man could help anyone. He attacks with his swords. With the weight of his contempt behind him, the twin swords are swung more strongly than ever before. Oh. Seeing those raging swords, I accept my own death, just as I did 10 years ago. The force comes smashing down. There's no elegance in those attacks, and they're executed only using his strength. My left arm shakes from blocking the attack. My fingers that held onto the sword break. The sword I made using all my remaining power is bent back by one blow. I'm dead. I'm on the verge of death from the first blow, so there's no way I'll be able to block the next attack. No. But still. My mind's about to give in, but my body denies it with all its might. It's telling me I'm wrong. It appeals to me, saying it's wrong to give in to his words and to die here. I raise my head. My eyes aren't functioning. They don't see the enemy, but show his memories. In them, I see myself curling up and desperately trying to live. The echoing of the swords isn't all I hear. He curses himself every time he attacks. That's right. I admired his desire to save people because it's beautiful. I block the oncoming attack. Baki is destroyed. All I have left is Concho in my left hand. But none of that feeling is my own. What else can you call it but hypocrisy? That's probably him talking. Concho's bent. His existence is fading. My heart is hurting. Not because of his attacks. His words slash at my heart. I was driven by my obsessive need to help someone. I kept running, neither noticing the pain nor how wrong I was. He keeps on denying himself. My heart tries to give up every time I hear him. My body wants to succumb to the force of his attacks. But still, that same body keeps desperately denying him. But it's all a fake. Such hypocrisy cannot save anything. No, first of all, I didn't know what I wanted to save. Gah! I'm smashed away. An attack as strong as one of Berserker's easily flings away Emiyashira's body. But I still hold my ground. I frantically endure the attack coming down at me. I will not be able to get back up if I fall down. So my body refuses to let me fall. I thrust the rapidly fading Concho into the ground and lean on it. My body sags forward and I can't even stand upright. I use Concho as a cane and hold up my falling body with my arms. I must look pitiful. I might look as if I'm kneeling down and begging him. That ideal is a failure. That idea that everyone else is more important than yourself. The wish for everyone to be happy is all just fantasy. If you can only live by holding on to that ideal, drown in your ideals. He says that. There's no value in living. No, in my life itself. My weapon's about to disappear, and there's little point in trying to keep my body from falling. In contrast, he isn't even scratched. The match is decided. No, the match had been decided from the start. There's no way for Emiyashira to beat heroic spirit Emiya. But that's a mistake. If the difference in our power was large, the fight wouldn't have turned out like this. It's my mind that lost. My mind was weak because I realized that I'm wrong and that he's right. That was my only failure. Because... Shut up. What? Because my body's been telling me I will not lose to you. Why? Why did power enter my body every time he cursed my ideal as fake? Shut up, damn it! I'll reach it. I'll definitely reach it. If parts of me are broken, then I just need to use the parts that aren't. If everything I have is broken, then use the parts I don't have. If my body hasn't lost yet, I can just reach out to the part of me that hasn't been used yet. A headache. An instant of a few milliseconds. I see him probably for the last time. I could not understand him. But I guess I can use his pain as a lesson. A hero who used a poem about himself as his spell. Even if I don't understand the meaning behind it, I will accept those words in your place. I am. I start the spell so that I can be proud of myself. Emiya's words hurt Emiya. He accepted that fact and chose to kill me. That's the only thing he could wish for in the end. Then, just as you deny me, I will defeat you with all my powers. I am the bone of my sword. I murmur the words without realizing it. Oh, well. I raise my head. I pour determination into my dying body. I swallow the blood clotting in my throat. Yang sword Concho regains its image. You. That's right, I already knew that. This is just a dream. Oh, the theme.
Yeah, I kept the music.
I kept on believing it because I thought it was right. Kiritsugu pursued it because he knew it was an unattainable dream, an impossible ideal. Even if it may be unattainable, he believed that he would reach his destination if he kept running. Oh, sheath. Its protection is still there, even though the contract doesn't exist anymore. I ready my sword. I don't care about that. I won't lose to you. I don't mind losing against someone. But I can't lose against myself. I will keep on being Emiya Shiro. It's an unbelievable technique. His attacking body is on the verge of death. His fingers are broken, his limbs are slashed, and his breathing has stopped without him even realizing it. His speed is nothing, and his attack is mediocre. The boy that has absorbed his combat skills to the point where he's able to fight decently has now returned to fighting without them. An unskilled, frantic attack. But still. This blow is heavier than any that came before. What? Archer's indifference turns into surprise within a second. The swinging swords are like a scream. They clash against his longsword with unimaginable speed. Where is his power coming from? The attacks are unlike before. You! He cannot go into defense. His attack should cut through the boy's neck. Realizing that he can't make light of the boy, he swings his sword. Up and down, left and right. The 4 attacks are enough to cut off his limbs and to cut up his body to pieces. The boy blocks them. No, exceeding his 4 attacks, the sword comes to slash his neck. Bringing back the longsword, he parries the attack. You! He intuitively understands that he'll be killed unless he attacks. The longsword attacks the enemy that's on the verge of death. And the boy frantically swings his sword. Their swords crash in balance. The space is filled with sparks, and anything entering the space should be cut to pieces. But it should be the last spark that a dying man gives off. The boy loses his breath every time he attacks, almost falls, holds his ground, and attacks again. The sight reassures him. There's no power left in his enemy. The boy in front of him is literally on the verge of death. So why do those arms have seemingly infinite power? I have no consciousness. I can neither tell what the enemy's doing, nor if my attacks are doing anything. My muscles are screaming for oxygen. The lack of blood keeps ordering my body to stop. I suppress them altogether by force. Isn't. That's all that's filling my head. My ideal is fake. He's right. I can't be a superhero. As long as I admire such a thing, I'll end up like the man before me. It isn't! But I felt beauty in it. I know it's just hypocrisy to value anyone else over yourself. But still. I admired it, thinking how great it would be if I could live that way. That's the only thing driving my dying body. He can't hear what his enemy is saying. His enemy's voice is weak, yet his attacks are relentless. Looking, the boy's hands are one with the sword's hilt. It must be to keep the sword in place, but that will transfer the impact directly to his body. The boy is covered in blood. He'll fall forward and die if he retreats. Even swinging the sword should come with great pain. He blocks in annoyance. His dying enemy gets on his nerves, but he himself gets on his nerves, because even though he knows it'll end once he retreats, he is not able to do so. But how can he retreat? Straightforward attacks without strategy? If it's a shame to turn his back to such attacks, it is also a disgrace not to block them. His enemy will self-destruct once he retreats. But he has a presentiment that he'll lose something important if he does so. Presentiment.
What a word!
The worries will end soon. His enemy is at his limits. He'll fall after 2 more blows, or 3 at most. Damn. He clucks his tongue at the stupid thought. He previously thought his enemy would last 2 more blows, but he's received over 10 blows since then. The boy will not fall. He can't hear the boy's voice. The dying boy frantically opposes the obstacle in front of him. That figure. He stares at the figure with his own eyes for the first time. I keep swinging the sword with arms that are about to tear off. The only thing I have left is this one thing I'm saying with all my might. Isn't! My barrage of strikes are compensation for that scream. There were people that could not save others, and there was me who could not save them. I swore to myself never to let such a thing happen again, seeing the memories that meaninglessly disappeared. It isn't! How long has it been since then? There were things I lost. And there were things I dropped. There are always things that'll be forgotten. So I swore to myself never to forget this one fact. To become a superhero, I will protect it, even if it isn't my wish, or even if it's just sophistry to soften my guilt. It has to come true. The person who saved me died, leaving those words behind. I believe in the wish contained in those words. Even if everyone in this world disagrees with me, and even if I curse myself, And so, he realizes that the attacks will not end. His enemy will not stop. He will not stop from his own will. The boy is attacking with all his might, but he is not looking at his opponent. The thing the boy is trying to defeat is his obstacle, his own self that is hindering himself. He's swinging his sword to enforce what he's believed in, what he'll keep on believing in. Realizing that, the man grits his teeth in annoyance. The boy keeps challenging it, knowing he won't win and there's no meaning to it. That is the exact mistake he has detested. So why? Why does he want to see how long the boy can continue? This is it. Disappear! He raises his longsword. His enemy's attacks are something he has to take seriously. He repels the attacks and crushes his enemy's skull for sure. A clanging sound. The fatal attack is easily deflected. The one who couldn't block his attacks until now repels a swing made with all his might. He gasps. He sees his enemy repel his sword and get back into stance. The boy's eyes are looking straight at. The impact causes one of my arms and legs to break. My sense of pain hasn't been numbed. I use my fury to clamp down the pain that almost makes me pass out. The left side of the enemy's chest is open. Since half my body is broken, this will be my final blow. But such thoughts do not fill my head. The only thing in my head is... He pulls back his longsword to protect his open left side. He will make it. He will easily make it. This is my final blow. It isn't a mistake! That's the only thing in my head. Even if Emiyashiro is a fake, this is absolutely true. For everyone to be happy, that's an ideal everyone thinks of. So I won't back down. Because this dream is the unwavering gaze. Faults and lies. Shaking off everything. Running without stopping. It isn't a mistake! Those words are driven into his chest. An attack made at full strength, defense that should have been fast enough. The cogwheels never got into gear, and the battles decided quickly.
Oh.
He hears the sound of the blade piercing him. The one surprised is the knight in red. His enemy attacked with determination to defeat him. Then it's natural for his attack to do so. The boy doesn't need to be surprised, nor does he have anything to spare to be surprised. That is why the knight is the only one that is surprised. It's a great wonder how he could not block an attack he could have easily blocked. I support myself with my unbroken right leg. The sword in my hand has pierced Archer's chest. Archer, why? Fuck.
Archer, why?
How was I supposed to know?
Yeah, no one was.
Was she watching all this time from that place? Still standing at the entrance, Saber questions Archer. Archer does not answer. He might not need to answer, or maybe he doesn't know the answer. My fingers throb. My broken fingers scream at me they do not want to hold the sword anymore. The knight in red doesn't move. Even with a blade in his chest, the servant should be able to easily counterattack. But his hands are lowered and show no sign of moving. I know without being told what that means. I won, Archer. I make the declaration while looking at him. The knight in red closes his eyes once and... Yes, and I lost. He murmurs while looking off into the distance, as if to convince himself. I pull out the sword. The projected weapon disperses as soon as it touches outside air. The tension floods out of me, and I finally take notice of my condition. It's terrible. The slashed wounds are healing, but lots of places are turning dark red. Archer said something about Saber's sheath, but what's that power putting priority on? It heals the torn flesh at once, but it seems to be putting off the broken bones until later. Then I hear loud footsteps from the west side, the hallway that Lancer disappeared into. Someone's coming. She appears in the terrace and jumps down without hesitation.
Oh!
And she moans in pain at her landing. Oh, I'm sorry, did that hurt?
Sure, are you alright? Wait, Archer, what's with that wound?
She follows her sudden arrival with a torrent of questions. It seems Lancer saved Tosca as he promised. But Tosca's energy takes the power out of me. Does she want to check on my safety, or is she angry about Archer's wound? Oh, it's gotta be Archer, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Man, I'm really soft-hearted. If she'd been more cruel, I wouldn't have returned to my old self. He talks sarcastically, but his voice only contains warmth. After looking at Tosca once, the knight in red steps back, as if to exit the stage. Well, the match is settled. A hero called Emiya cannot stay here now that he's approved of you. The loser should leave right away. Without saying goodbye to Tosca, huh? His wound is deep, and he has no master. He'll disappear here, and he'll return to the original place as a heroic spirit. Huh? It happens in an instant. It is a fatal attack that takes the opening in me as I've relaxed after seeing Tosca. Several swords are called forth. The rain of swords comes down to pierce Emiyashiro's body, and I fall. I push back and I fall on my butt. Gah! I push back about a meter. In front of me. My broken limbs can't support my body, and I don't have the power to get back up. And so, I can only look up at myself that got skewered in front of me.
Who is it?
Saber's scream cuts open the silence. She's looking at the second floor, on top of the crumbled stairs.
I've enjoyed it. Indeed, it was a pitiful battle, one befitting a pair of fakes. Archer? 10 years, huh, Saber? I was going to go see you earlier, but my plans have changed. Unexpected things kept on happening, and things are going against my will.
Servant Gilgamesh, the one to defeat Berserker, and the one who killed Ilyasvil. He turns aside Saber's glare and looks down at me and the skewered archer.
Well, do you understand now? That is the strength of the real thing. No matter how well you imitate its shape and power, it is still only an imitation. It does not even approach the radiance of the real ones.
He raises his hand. It's as if he's ordering his soldiers.
I can't even stand to look at a counterfeit that a faker has created. You piece of trash. You have nothing real within you. An imitation made by copying people should be turned into junk.
He shoots numerous noble phantasms. The unavoidable rain pours down. There are about 30 of them. I couldn't dodge or block them even if I was in perfect condition. Clouds of dust spring up. The shower of swords tears apart the already ruined hall. But even in the midst of the chaos, I see it. The red cloak flies. Still skewered, he runs to me and pushes me once again. I'm pushed away from the red figure. His eyes are telling me, you defeat him. That as long as I defeated Archer, and as long as I want to be a superhero, I must defeat him. The clouds of dust fill my vision. The red cloak sinks inside the rubble. But I see it before he disappears. His eyes are filled with confidence. That servant is no match for us, Emiyashiro. Neither Saber nor Tosuka will be the one to defeat him. My own self is telling me that Emiyashiro is the natural enemy of that servant. My vision clears up. Dust is in the air and the rubble's piled up high. There's nothing else. The knight in red disappears underneath the rubble.
Oh, I'm surprised, Archer. You had enough to spare to save someone else in that situation?
His sarcastic words contain some scorn. The man smiles in satisfaction. He looks down at the hall filled with Archer's blood. Silence falls. Gilgamesh is the most powerful being here. Anyone that moves will follow Archer's fate. Even Saber is silent, wondering how best to attack the enemy. But
whose permission did you get to attack my Archer?
with Archer's death, Tosuka's lost her composure.
Hell yeah.
Bold. Light runs across space. Pure destructive force, magical energy released from the jewel without any processing. He doesn't even dodge it. He isn't even scratched.
I was going to kill that dying kid first, but it seems the order has changed, woman.
He orders the swords behind him to carry out Tosuka's execution.
Oh my god. Minerva!
The sword is released at high velocity. Saber runs with surpassing speed, protects her master.
Saber? Please step back, Rin. He is dangerous. He will kill you if you attack him recklessly. Oh, so you are her master now. Fine, then I shall overlook your rudeness. I will lose one of my pleasures if Saber disappears.
Saber glares at the enemy while readying her invisible sword.
Saber? Yeah.
It must be.
Why are you here, Archer? You were summoned in the previous Holy Grail War. So why are you here again in this war? That is wrong. I merely stayed in this world after the previous war. Ridiculous. Servants should should lose connection with this world once the Holy Grail disappears. There is no way you can stay in this world for 10 years. That is not true. The connection with this world is not the Holy Grail, but the Master. The Holy Grail merely opened up the passage. I can stay in this world as long as a magus provides me with magical energy. But then, there aren't that many masters that can... Oh. That's still him, okay.
Yeah.
But then, there aren't that many masters that can maintain a servant without help from the Holy Grail. In that regard, my master did not have enough magical energy. Then it should not be possible for you to stay in this world. If your master cannot support a servant, you should be dried up along with your master. That depends on how one does it. Magi make up lack of magical Magi make up lack of a magic circuit with knowledge. In that regard, my master was exceptional. Was? Oh, that's you.
Was? Then his master's gone now? No, his master is Shinji. The fact that he, the man who wouldn't obey anyone, obeyed Shinji is the proof of that.
Then your master did the same thing as Ryder's master? Yes, it is only natural to take away from others if you cannot supply it yourself. But to be honest, I did not need to do such a thing. I am the only servant that the Holy Grail poured on. I have already completed the incarnation 10 years ago.
Saber stares at the man in astonishment. Saber hangs her head at the words 10 years ago.
Yes, all thanks to you, Saber. I know what that thing is. I was covered in its contents and I saw what existed in it. Then you... Yes, I understood the true identity of the Holy Grail. I decided at that time I will be the only one who will handle it.
Saber. No, looking down at all of us, he declares something that's unbefitting for a servant.
You will use the Holy Grail? That's right, there's no need for me to share it with a parasite like my master. I will use the Holy Grail for my objective. The biggest obstacle, the summoner, was eliminated. All that's left are pathetic magi that would be completely unsuited to being the vessel. Such failures are suited for my wish. But then, your flesh might make a perfect Holy Grail.
The man looks at Tosaka.
Oh?
Tosaka must feel the danger. She grows pale and steps back. His red eyes are ominous. One would feel uncomfortable under the weight of that gaze. His eyes are so aberrant that even Tosaka is frightened of them.
Ridiculous. The Holy Grail is what the Master obtains. We servants cooperate with our masters because we cannot obtain it ourselves. That is strange. The servants are the only ones who can touch the Holy Grail, but masters are the only ones who can obtain it? But... it's all ridiculous nonsense. The fight for the Holy Grail by 7 masters, a ritual where the last master obtains the Holy Grail, that is only an excuse made for outsiders. The summoning of the Holy Grail is already completed. They always call for the 7 servants after the Holy Grail is prepared. Do you understand, King of Knights? They do not want the Holy Grail, but what goes in it. Masters are just circuits to summon us. Magi made the Holy Grail, but they could not prepare its contents. I felt like he was monologuing, but now I'm confused.
Yeah, I think he is.
Okay. I told you earlier, right? They are the ones that take away from others if they cannot supply it themselves. The purest magical energy to fill the Holy Grail. The greatest soul of humanity. The guardians are what they sought. The 7 servants are sacrifices they prepared. What?
Saber looks up at the man in astonishment. Her eyes are desperately trying to deny his words. That it isn't possible. She's trying to deny it, saying that she wished for it. The Holy Grail can't be such a thing.
You should not be surprised. The Holy Grail is a filtration device that turns the soul into pure magical energy. Yes, it should let you grant any wish. It contains more magical energy than a magus could ever use within his lifetime. That is why it is better with more sacrifices. It should be omnipotent with 6 servants as sacrifices. 5 servants have filled the Holy Grail. Only 1 more is needed for the omnipotent grail they sought. Then only the masters can handle the Holy Grail. If it is a repository of pure magical energy, only magi can use it. Oh, no, now I'm confused.
I think it's still Saber.
Okay. Yes, if the master is an excellent magus, it will grant him any wish. You idiot. Such miracles are not given to mere humans. Humans only destroy themselves, no matter how much power they are given. But do not worry, Saber. This Holy Grail is real. If you insert 7 servants in it, it will reach the origin. Origin? Hold on. Then could the Holy Grail be... Okay. I do not know who it was. But the old... Now you made me feel doubts.
Let's go.
Okay. I do not know who it was, but the one who made this rule is a genius. But it does not concern me. I have no interest in such a thing. All I'm interested in is the Holy Grail's ability to serve as the gate. What? The Holy Grail is a gate? It happened 10 years ago. You opposed me right when I was about to obtain the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail was cut by the Holy Sword, and what poured out burned the town. As I was right underneath the Holy Grail, I was showered with it. I understood the true identity of the Holy Grail at that time. It is worthless. It is worthless, but it does have its uses. Not many weapons are as specialized in murder as that. The Holy Grail is fine as is. There is no need to turn it into an omnipotent vessel. Weapon? Are you saying that a weapon is created out of servants? We are weapons to begin with. That thing has only perfected that. The Holy Grail is a gate to hell. 5.6 billion curses will flow out from it once it is opened. Konamine did not tell you about it? The Holy Grail is named Angra Mainyu, or all evils of the world. It is mud that will consume every human being, like the name states.
Angra Mainyu? I think that's the name of the devil in Zoroastrianism. The leader of evil that opposes God for many thousands of years. It's an embodiment of the evil in all human. It's depicted as a reflected image of all humanity's goodwill. But why is the Holy Grail named after the ancient Persian devil?
Then your intention is to... Yes, to sweep the humans away. I have no intention of admiring humanity like Konamine. I only admire beautiful things. This world is enjoyable, but is incorrigible at the same time. It is an insult to the king for so many mongrels to be enjoying life. I do not want to rule over such a world. Are you stupid? What insult to the king? It's meaningless to be the king if all humans are eliminated. I do not care if they die out. There is no point to their lives if they end them through their own crimes. I do not want mongrels. The only one worth ruling over are those that can survive even the flames of hell. In that respect, they were an utter failure 10 years ago. If such a pitiful blaze will wipe them out, humans truly have become weak.
He grins. For the first time, he looks at me, who he said is a failure. Let's still go, I think.
Okay. I do not know what this all evils of the world is, but it is convenient. It is a reaper that strikes down all humans and equally, an endless darkness that is born from humans and kills them. It is an appropriate hound to entrust with the work I should be doing.
Gilgamesh raises his hand.
Oh shit.
Behind him are noble phantasms waiting for the king's order.
Then let us continue the battle from 10 years ago. A boring piece of trash got involved last time, but there will be no such interruptions this time. But then, it seems a worse faker is here.
The swords are all pointed at me. I will my broken legs to stand, but they don't move. Damn, I can't even manage to block one of those. So why? Why did Archer leave behind that message? The swords disappear. The golden servant suddenly lowers his arm. After looking up at the ceiling in discomfort, he brushes away the dust on his shoulder.
The ashes will dirty me. You escaped death this time, child.
Huh? The castle's burning. I don't know who set the fire, but it must be huge. The third floor is burning down, the second floor is caught as well. No, that's not the surprising thing. He really stopped the battle just because he was going to get dirty from the ashes.
Are you running away, Archer? I am only changing the location. I have the Holy Grail. It is my policy to finish matters quickly. I shall quickly construct the Holy Grail and open up the gate to hell.
His golden hair flutters. Gilgamesh walks to the terrace that isn't yet burning.
You should hurry up if you want to recover it. The Holy Grail this time is a hurriedly constructed defect. All the contents will spill out if you do not hurry.
His stifled laughter echoes through the room. And he leaves the burning castle like that. Sparks are dancing through the room and the ceiling is tinted red. The gorgeous castle shows no traces of what it used to be. The castle without a master crumbles without trace, as if to follow the girl in white. It could be literally any of them. I don't know.
Oh!
Oh! Well, this is not who I would have guessed, I guess.
No, this is definitely not who I would have guessed.
Mato Shinji is running through the forest with beast-like breath. He's actually running along a selected route, but his mentality is that of a wanderer. He's running away without aim, so the word wandering is more befitting.
Damn, I was so close and everyone's getting in my way!
He pushes the branches aside with one hand and runs while scattering wet dirt. Leaving a trail of blood behind him, Mato Shinji heads to the edge of the forest. He's not treated the wound he received from Lancer. He doesn't feel his right arm anymore. The wound is inflamed and his arm won't move, as though dead. He must not be able to run with only one arm as he slips and leans against a tree. His dangling right arm is like a piece of trash.
Gross.
As soon as he realizes that a part of his body is a useless piece of trash, Shinji starts laughing. The laughter comes out like a racking cough. It hurts. It must be because of the wound that his body's burning hot. In a daze, he imagines his wounded arm rotting away. After that, he imagines everyone around him rotting away. Not just one of their arms. He has one arm. All the other idiots should lose both of their arms. He can't stop laughing. With that decision made, the pain becomes bearable. He has a legitimate purpose now. The first thing he would do is collect every possible arm. There'll be no exceptions.
That's great, I know whose arms I'll get first!
The girl that did not become his. Since she is his favorite, he can't allow her to be superior to him.
Yeah, just you wait, Tosuka, I'll make you inferior.
Laughing, Shinji raises his head.
Huh?
When did he appear? His servant is standing right in front of him.
Oh no. You.
He looks at his servant in surprise. The golden servant looks down at Shinji as if looking at livestock.
Oh no. You are wounded. That must hurt.
He says something that he does not mean. Shinji's face contorts. Without realizing the true intention of his servant, he glares at the man before him.
That must hurt? Whose fault do you think it is? I got hit by a lancer because you're stupid! Don't talk shit when you can't even be my guard dog!
With his head on fire, Shinji insults his servant. The golden servant nods, saying, "This'll do."
The Lancer inflicted that wound of yours, huh? Then it must have been him that released that master. Yeah, Tosuka ran away because you were such a slow ass. It makes me want to puke thinking about how I lost her to someone who was almost dead. I see. That is too bad. Why are you so calm? We can't obtain the Holy Grail without Tosuka, right? Damn, everything's ruined because of you. Do you understand? What are we going to... Do not worry. Everything is as planned. The Holy Grail can still be created.
The servant's voice contains no emotion. Shinji doesn't realize the red eyes aren't looking at him.
Hell, Konamine said that even if we have the Holy Grail, we can't make it if there's no vessel. That kid's heart is not enough. That won't turn into a Holy Grail unless we connect it to a magic circuit, right?
Shinji walks up to his servant and scolds him for his stupidity. The golden servant nods and...
There's no problem. There's another master here that can be a vessel.
He thrusts his arm. Not worried, dude. We got another heart right here.
Yeah, bro. No big deal.
A piercing sound. Shinji never finds out what the sound is.
Huh?
But he feels something funny in his stomach. Looking down, he sees the servant's arm there. The fist is inside his body. There's neither pain nor blood. The servant's arm is in his body like the absurd spiritual operation he saw before.
You want the Holy Grail, right? Then I shall give it to you. If you want it so much, do not let go of it.
His blood vessels expand. After feeling the sensation of billions of worms squirming through his body and trying to get out,
Kiki!
he becomes something that is not Shinji. Yeah.
Oh god.
Well, that's that's you.
You ready for this?
Turning my headset down.
Yeah, everyone turn your stuff down. We're gonna go for it. I'm gonna turn my stuff down a bit. Alright.
Well done. Peeking and cutting out is so much funnier. It convulses.
My poor neighbors, dude.
Can't call the police, think you're dying.
Yeah, yeah, that's what happened.
The swollen object is literally a lump of meat.
Listen, we have fucking noise gates for a reason.
There is no shape to it. It is composed of exposed meat and blood vessels, quickly forming meat and quickly decaying meat.
Gross. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. It's growing, it's growing. Help, 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 stop!
Unable to bear the pain of the repeating growth and decay, the sensation of something wriggling inside of him, he loses his sanity. After watching it, the servant lets him go as if nothing's happened.
This is ugly. Powerful mages should not change form, but I guess it cannot be helped.
A chain comes down. Descending from the sky, heaven's chains bind the writhing mass of flesh. The balance of expansion and decay is about the same right now, but the Holy Grail should figure out its master soon enough. Expansion should overwhelm the decay by then. His Holy Grail should be completed in no time.
Ugly things are tastier. Most of all, you shall spit out suitable mud, Shinji.
The servant laughs. And beside him, the piece of meat repeats, "Help me," in a voice that is no longer human.
Shiro, are your wounds alright?
Huh? Oh, yeah, it's fine. I feel good, and I can still use my circuits.
I see. That is good.
Apparently, having run out of things to talk about, Saber awkwardly ends the conversation. We've been like this for an hour since we came home. We don't have the composure to be celebrating Tosuka's safety, nor did we celebrate our reunion. The situation isn't good at all. The last servant, Gilgamesh. As long as he has the Holy Grail, we have to fight him. We don't have any plans to beat him. The more we think about it, the more we realize it's hopeless. It's only natural for us to grow quiet. But I don't think that's the only reason we're quiet. This is probably the end. This will be the last time we'll go into battle like this. No matter what the results may be, what awaits us doesn't change. The Holy Grail War will end. After that, the three of us won't be able to talk like this. Looking back, it was only a course of about 10 days. I never had time to think back about what happened the day before, and I was too busy with all the events that came up, one after another. But they weren't just painful events. Looking back at it, these past 10 days are precious memories that can't be replaced. Precious memory when that little girl's heart got ripped out in front of me.
Shut the fuck up.
And broke all my bones.
We haven't even had sex with Rin.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were supposed to have it once already at this point. They're like in the uncensored route. Yeah, I was gonna say they really smoothly took that out.
When?
I don't know.
We've had 0 time for intercourse.
Well, you didn't exactly have time to have sex with Saber either.
Yeah, we did. We had to fill her with the serpent juices.
You did it like in a shed in the forest running away from Berserker.
Yeah, and then we went back to fight Berserker after we revived her spiritual circuit with her dragon cave.
It's easy to imagine how you could cut the sex out of that and it would almost make more sense.
Listen, the dragon cave was the best part.
Oh, I do love the dragon cave. The decision should be clear to all of us already. We can't say it because we don't want to end it like this.
Then I'll say it. I'm going to avenge Archer. He betrayed me and he was a twisted guide, but he's Shiro.
Tosuka's made up her mind. She says that she'll fight Gilgamesh. She clearly states that she'll end this fight.
How about you, Shiro? I'll have Saber come with me no matter what, but I can't force you to fight since you're not a master. Oh, that's still me. It seems that Goldie really hates you, so I think he'll go after you first if we fight him.
Maybe Tosuka's trying to be considerate by offering me an escape. But I'm already determined. I can't let Gilgamesh be. I intuitively know the Holy Grail shouldn't exist. But there's a bigger reason for me not to back out of this. You defeat him. He left those words and let me survive instead of him. The man who only denied Emiyashiro. As I've made him admit his defeat, my path is determined. I'm going to defeat him. I chose to fight. He'll complain to me unless I keep my word until the very end.
I see. I won't stop you if that's what you decided.
Yeah, and I can't just ignore the Holy Grail. If the Holy Grail is what he says it is, we have to destroy it. We'll completely destroy it so something like this will never happen again. Saber has fought with the objective of obtaining the Holy Grail. Her hesitation and reluctance aren't easily overcome, but still.
I understand. If the Holy Grail is what Gilgamesh says it is, it should not exist in this world.
She kills her wish, in a sense. Alright, I get up and head to the kitchen. I put on the apron,
Fucking Amy.
I tie it behind my back and roll up my sleeves.
Of course you fucking do. Shiro? What, did you come up with a good idea?
Huh? No, I'm just gonna make something. You two are hungry, right? I ignore the astonished party and start preparing dinner. It's all decided. Now I just need to act like always. We'll eat dinner together and go beat him after that. I take out a bowl and a frying pan. I'll use everything I have in the refrigerator. Fucking die anyway, might as well.
Can't let my food go bad while I'm dead.
I'll forget about everything tonight. I'll make a delicious feast.
You are right. Let us eat dinner like always. That suits us. Yeah, then I guess I'll help as well. Oh, Saber, can you go prepare the bath? Oh, the bath.
The serious atmosphere disappears like that. The living room suddenly becomes more lively. This will be the last night with the three of us. We're doing our best to keep it like always and to have a good dinner.
I like that we mentioned the bath, and then the bath came up. So I hit the MLG horns, but you missed it. But that'll be really out of context for the people watching on YouTube.
So, after eating dinner consisting of Western, Chinese, and Japanese food, we start the customary strategy meeting.
So you were saying the Holy Grail is at the Ryoto Temple? Yep, I guessed that the Ryoto Temple would be the summoning spot this time. I was using a familiar to spy on that place, but it was eliminated just a bit earlier. I'm sure that the Goldie is there. Ryoto Temple. That is troublesome. We can only enter that mountain through the front gate. Gilgamesh should be waiting for us there. Yeah, but on the other hand, it's easier on us because we know where he is. He's troublesome, but stopping the summoning of the Holy Grail takes priority. It would be ideal if we could destroy the Holy Grail while Saber keeps him busy.
Hold on, isn't Saber the only one who can destroy the Holy Grail? We can't touch it, right?
Right. We can't destroy the summoned Holy Grail, but we can destroy the vessel before it's summoned. To be more precise, we're stopping the Holy Grail before it's activated.
What do you mean by stopping the Holy Grail?
Really don't want to think about it, but from what I heard, the Holy Grail is Iliasfield's heart, right? But I think the Holy Grail is a set with Iliasfield's body, her magic circuit. He didn't want Iliasfield to be the Holy Grail, so he pulled out the core of it, her heart. So, that's still me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, he has to implant the heart into a mage's body to activate it as the Holy Grail. There are only two remaining masters, me and one other. Since I'm here, the one he will choose to be the foundation of the Holy Grail is...
Shinji, but Shinji,
doesn't have a magic circuit, right? I bet he doesn't care. He wants to make an incomplete Holy Grail, so I'm sure he'll implant it into an incomplete master. Even if its bloodline is extinct, the Mato family has hereditary traces of magic circuits. Iliasfield's heart is like a nuclear fusion reactor. Even his closed circuit will be forced open if it's implanted into him.
Then that would mean we'll have to detach the Holy Grail from Shinji, huh? I don't know what it means to be the Holy Grail's foundation, but if possible, we'll have to stop it.
But I do not think Gilgamesh will allow that. Oh.
It's probably silly with Saber.
Yeah. Does it not mean that stopping the Holy Grail is to defeat Gilgamesh?
Yeah, it's obvious that he's protecting the Holy Grail, so we have to do something about him first.
Yeah, I think he's waiting for us at the mountain gate. The only route we have is the mountain gate because our greatest force, Saber, can only enter through there. So... I see. I will rush the mountain gate by myself. Rin and Shiro will sneak into the Ryoto Temple from the back while I do so. The boundary field on the Ryoto Temple is meaningless for you two. Ugh.
I think it's Rin.
Okay, exactly. You will need to give your absolute best, but just keep him busy. We'll come help you as soon as we stop the Holy Grail.
Hold on, that's reckless. Saber won't be a match for him. She can't keep him busy.
Huh? What? You seem to think pretty highly of him, Shiro. True. He is a strong enemy, but I will not lose easily if I go into defense. Please tell me what that opinion is based on.
Oh, that's not what I meant. From what I see, Saber's stronger than him. I'm sure of it. I'll bet on it, too.
And why are you saying that?
You can't beat him as long as you're a heroic spirit. Yeah, Saber won't lose if he only had the same noble phantasm as Saber. We don't even need to compare the two skilled swordsmen. But his power isn't power as an individual. A soldier can't beat war itself, no matter how strong he is, right? He's a heroic spirit of that kind. You'll be defeated unless you're a war, just like him.
So are you telling me that my attributes are not fit to fight him?
Yeah, Tosca, we can't let Saber fight him without a plan. There's no way she can win unless we have some sort of a countermeasure.
Hey, I know that already. That's why we're going to think about it now. Then you have a plan, Rin? Hey now, I won't conveniently come up with an idea in a flash. His noble phantasm is a war, like Shiro said. The outcome of a war is decided by how much force you have, right? It's not how well you can handle the weapon, it's how much force you can prepare.
What's wrong, Tosca? Why'd you shut up all of a sudden?
I see, that's why he treated you like an enemy. Since the heroic spirit doesn't have his own noble phantasm, there is no original... Oh wait, that means... Rin, what is wrong? Why are you behind me? It's nothing! I'm going to think, so just talk it over with just the two of you.
Saber and I look at each other. Well, I'll leave her alone if she has an idea.
Then I should avoid fighting Archer one-on-one, correct? But I have backup from Rin. I can use my noble phantasm with her support. I believe there's a chance of beating him before he can use his noble phantasm.
Your noble phantasm? Not invisible air?
No, invisible air is only a sheath. I can use my holy sword if Rin allows it. This is the sword that previously destroyed the Holy Grail.
I see. Then it'll all be up to Tosca?
Yes, there will be a big burden on me as well as Rin if I use it. I will probably use up most of her magical energy.
Did you hear that, Tosca? How much magical energy can you spare?
Magical energy I can spare? How do you know what I'm thinking about?
Huh?
No, it's nothing. I told you to leave me alone. I know about Saber's noble phantasm. She should be able to use it twice with our magical energy. We're going to use it once against the Holy Grail, so you can only use it once against Gilgamesh.
I see. Saber, that's what Tosca's saying, so what do you think?
I do not know. If Archer has every existing noble phantasm, he should have one that can equal mine. After that, it depends on whose is stronger.
I see. So it's gonna end up being a fight between the noble phantasms, huh? Then Gilgamesh is likely to win. I can't let Saber fight such a hopeless battle. Man, I can't think. She's been acting strange. Why does she keep on looking at me like that? Hey, Tosa, come out with it if you want to say something. You have an idea, right?
I don't have an idea. I can't say such a thing here, you idiot.
She yells at me and looks away awkwardly.
Shiro?
No, it's nothing. She's acting weird, so let's ignore her and keep planning. We continue with the strategy meeting with just the two of us. But as our brain, Tosaka, won't talk, we can't come up with anything.
We can go with the previous plan if you guys can't come up with anything. We'll head out before dawn. Everybody's to rest until then.
Course of action is decided by Tosaka. Some time passed after that. It's almost midnight. Tosaka told me I should take a nap, but I can't sleep in a situation like this. We're going to settle our score with that servant in a few hours. Since we're heading out before dawn, everything should be over by the time the sun rises. I can't just lay here and not do anything.
Oh my god. We haven't got to make a
Gotta do Rin
decision in
things.
so long.
We gotta do Rin things so we can get that true ending.
Oh, well, yeah, there was never an option other than picking Rin.
Absolutely not. Think. Well, I'll just sit here. I'll think.
I will use my brain.
I can't lay here and do nothing. I think. Yeah, I can't sleep in this situation. A plan against Gilgamesh. If we are to fight that cold-hearted enemy, I'll have to come up with some plan. Someone will die if we head to the Rito Temple as we are now. Compared to that, thinking until the very last minute's nothing. Are you awake, Tosaka? I knock on her door.
Hold on, don't come in.
I thought Tosaka would be sleeping, but I guess she's still awake. More importantly, she's in a panic. After a few minutes of rustling sounds, she must have calmed down. After taking a breath, I can hear even outside. Tosaka opens the door.
So, what?
Tosaka glares at me as soon as she sees me. Well, I want to continue our conversation from earlier. I want to keep talking about how to fight Gilgamesh. Wait. Why are you glaring at me? Tosaka, are you in a bad mood? I asked the obvious. Of course. That's the obvious response she's going to give, but I have to ask. But...
No, that's not true.
She gives a strange response. Tosaka, are you sick or something?
No, geez, just sit down. I'm going to give you a plan to beat Gilgamesh since you can't come up with any.
Tosaka pulls me inside, locks the door, and walks to the back of the room. I move to the center of the room for now. I sit down on the cushion and face Tosaka, who's sitting in a chair. And an awkward silence follows. Tosaka's silent, even though she's the one with the plan. Tosaka, about Gilgamesh?
You know, you don't want Saber fighting him, right? You're especially kind to her.
Hey, that's not the point here. I'm saying that we should switch the roles since Saber won't fare well against Gilgamesh. If Saber's defeated, you'll be his next target.
You say switch roles, so what are you thinking? I'm going to pass. That Goldie used his riches to collect all the magic-resistant equipment in the world. He'll do much worse than Saber. That should be the same for you as well, right?
That's true, but... I can't get those eyes out of my head. Archer definitely told me this. That the Golden Servant? That only Emiyashiro can match Gilgamesh. Tosca, don't get mad. Hear me out.
Sorry, but never really wants beds.
I'm going to fight.
You're going to fight him, right? Oh, so you realized it too, huh? Gilgamesh's natural enemy is Archer's magic.
Huh? I open my mouth in surprise.
Huh? You said you're going to fight him when you haven't realized that?
I didn't have any proof, but I thought that I might have the best luck against him.
Oh, I don't know who told you that, but you're right. What makes Gilgamesh so strong is the number of noble phantasms he has. But to put it another way, one can match him if one has the same number of noble phantasms.
The same number of noble phantasms? It means I need to reproduce all the noble phantasms he takes out.
That's right, he was calling you guys fakers. That's probably because he saw you two as a threat. Heroic Spirit Emiya would be a complete match for him.
That's true, but... Maybe, but that's impossible. I can barely manage to project one of Archer's swords. I can't keep up with his noble phantasms, and I don't have enough magical energy to do so.
That's if your magic's just like it was until now. But you remember what Archer's noble phantasm was, right? You can match Gilgamesh if you can use that magic. That reality marble.
Tosca stares at me. But I can't live up to her expectation. That's impossible. The reality marble's the ultimate forbidden magic. I don't know how to use it, and Archer used magical energy several times my capacity to create that world.
Yeah, I know it's impossible, but you should know how to use it because all your magic is rooted in that. Strengthening and projection both stem from your reality marble. I'm sure it'll be a piece of cake once you have the necessary magical energy.
Okay, let's say that's the case, but it's still impossible. I don't have the magical energy to set up the boundary field or maintain it. He must have trained his magic circuit for a long time, but I don't have the magical energy.
I know. Gilgamesh said it too, right? Magi take it from somewhere else if they can't supply it themselves.
But I don't have any way to take magical energy from somewhere else. I don't collect it in gems like you do. Wait, are you telling me to use those gems? I don't have a magical element, so I don't think I'd be able to do that.
If that worked, I would have done it already, but I'm the only one who can convert my gems, so that's out. Because the only approach is that one. There are a lot of procedures in order to use someone else's magical energy as your own, but the only thing we can do right now is that one, so...
Hey, Tosca, could you at least tell me what you're thinking? I can't participate in the discussion like this.
Huh? There's no way I'd tell you that!
Seems she thought of something she can't tell me about.
It's nothing. I can think of a lot of methods, but I just happened to pick an improbable one.
I see, so, any good ideas?
Yeah, to be frank, it's about you and I. A method to connect two magi with reserve. A method to connect two magi with...
Yeah.
You do it. A method to connect two magi with reserves of magical energy.
You're gonna make a path between us to lend me magical energy?
Right. Even if you don't have enough magical energy... Even if you
You knew this. You knew this was coming.
I love that we just complained about it. That's why I'm losing my shit. Is that we literally just complained about how we haven't had sex, and it is literally happening.
Hell yeah, it is.
Right. Even if you don't have enough, if we don't see a fucking dragon cave, I swear to God. Right. Even if you don't have enough magical energy to use a reality marble, I do. I'll have you fight Gilgamesh using my magical energy. Meanwhile, Saber and I will destroy the Holy Grail. I'll have Saber, so even if my magical energy is depleted, I'll still be able to fight.
If I can restrain Gilgamesh with my reality marble, as long as there are no other masters or servants left, the Holy Grail will be wide open. Slapping it wide open.
I'm so sorry.
With a magus like Tosuka, as well as Saber, our chances of success might be pretty high. But still, getting there is going to be hard. I don't know how to make a path.
I know, coming up with that is my job.
Tosuka falls deep into thought for some reason. She doesn't look very happy.
When it comes to methods of making a path, I can count on one hand the ones that allow an immediate transfer of magical energy. The most effective is to transplant magic circuits.
Transplant magic circuits? Magic circuits are like a second nervous system. It could be called the magus itself. A magus is a mechanism that uses odd to operate mana. Say the time comes when a future descendant attains mysteries. In order for them to have the basic ability to be able to use that theory, this living inheritance is added to over the generations. You could say it's like blood and bone that strengthen through accumulation. We not talked about circuits on this route? Why did we recap those?
Hey, it's been a while. They thought maybe you guys needed this refresher.
By magic circuits, you mean the ones inside us?
Right. There's no more reliable path than one made when two magi transplant one another's essence. When part of the other person's circuit becomes yours, it's easy to transfer magical energy to it.
Her brief explanation contains some guilt as well. That's natural. If we do something as drastic as transplanting magic circuits, there's no knowing what might happen. A person who gives up their magic circuits is giving up their status as a magus. But if this will settle things, then I won't hesitate. Okay, let's transfer my magic circuit. What, Tosuka?
I'm grateful, but no, there'd be no point.
Just like that. I'd prepared myself, but she quickly rejected my suggestion. Why?
Look, the reason we're transferring magical energy in the first place is so you can use your reality marble, right? Then why would we take away your circuits? Only with my magical energy and all your magic circuits will you be able to materialize that reality marble.
I see. I'm the one who'll be using the reality marble. To give shape to that immense illusion that erodes away the world, I need to completely open my magic circuits. Transplanting those circuits to Tosuka to make a path and consequently not having enough circuits to perform magic would be putting the cart before the horse.
Get it? That would mean taking time and effort just to decrease our potential for victory, Shiro.
Sorry, I didn't think that far ahead.
It's okay, you don't need to apologize. I kind of expected that response. Well, I didn't expect it to be immediate, though.
Then are you transferring your magic circuit to me? But that's...
Certainly transferring my circuit to you would guarantee our fighting potential more than the reverse. But I'm the one performing the transfer ritual. Decreasing my number of circuits while I'm using them would make the whole process unstable. I could guarantee safety if it was something like a familiar contract ritual, but doing that for a path between magi would be too out of the ordinary.
So I could do that in another route, but... So you're saying it could destroy us both?
Right. It would be out of the question for me to take your magic circuits, and giving my magic circuits to you would be a big mistake. So... I'll implant my magic crest into you.
Is that what the kids are calling it? A magic crest. A bloodline's history in which all its secrets and mysteries are written. Magic circuits are blood and bone. The magic crest would be the flesh. A magic crest is magic given form. The proof of a single magus' existence, as the family's head spends a lifetime giving intangible magic a form. As the inheritor of a magic crest, Tosuka can use the magic given shape by the past family heads. But that's...
If I'm going to give something away, it's much easier if it's the magic crest. After all, unlike a magic circuit, it exists to be passed on. Well, it's not really a part of me the way my magic circuits are, but it's made from the Tosuka lineage. It'll do just fine for a path.
Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure. The magic that makes up the crest, well, it'll become useless, but I'll be able to convert it into a receiver. Oh, or are you asking about the success rate? If I'll be able to transplant the magic crest to someone outside of the family.
Yeah, I'm worried about that too, I guess.
Don't worry, leave it to me. I'll back you up and you and Saber and I will win and get the Holy Grail. Yeah, it's already decided, so this time for sure there's no way I'm gonna screw up at the crucial moment.
She asserts it brightly with a beaming smile. With that, I knew that it was wrong of me to be worried. Because she's removing her magic crest. With her own hand, she'll erase her bloodline's greatest desire. That fact. Tosuka easily laughs at it without showing a hint of regret, and I've seen that strength many times now.
What? What's with that sympathetic look all of a sudden? Is there something funny about my face?
Huh? Yeah, it's the same as when we went to the church for the first time. How do I put this? Your good points are hard to understand.
What a rude way of putting it. That reminds me, was I making a funny face back then?
That fateful night when I summoned Saber. When I was feeling sick in the church, Tosuka's expression as she showed sincere concern for someone who was nothing but an enemy helped me more than I could say. I don't have room to talk, but Tosuka turned out to be a better person than average. Well, it was a pretty funny face. At the time, I was still thinking of you as an honor student. I didn't think you could make that kind of face.
Sure, I'm really a ruthless woman feigning innocence. Sorry for being hard to understand.
But that's what saved me. She's soft-hearted, but a realist with a strong heart that casts away her own weakness. She bottles her doubts and pain inside of her and moves forward magnificently, enough to dazzle those around her.
So that's fine, but what are you staring at me for?
Huh? Oh, I see. Seems I was just captivated for a second. It's a bit late to say this, but I was thinking, it must be because you're like that I fell in love with you. What a fucking bomb drop.
Woo! He said, yeah, it's time. Now is the time. I'm just gonna fucking just drop that right here.
Casual, you know. So I can't lose either. Tosuka generously, nonchalantly said she would transfer her magic crest to me, so I'll respond with utmost confidence for her sake.
This isn't the time to talk about loving me, but I don't mind just listening. I mean...
Tosuka's fists are clenched. Good, she's full of fighting spirit, so she must realize how prepared I am. Yeah, I know. We don't have the time for idle chatter right now. So, let's hurry up and start the transplant. What exactly do you need to do, Tosuka?
Huh?
Her mouth falls open. That's weird. Did I say something strange just now? What's wrong? Did you remember something inconvenient? For example, some kind of jinx that means the ritual will fail if we do it at this hour?
Nothing really, just a little headache. I should be used to it, but I underestimated how thick you can be, Emiya-kun. But it's nothing new, so it's fine. The words themselves were not bad, so I'll accept it.
Turning away ostentatiously, Tosuka pulls some small objects out of her luggage.
Okay, first, take this. It's like a painkiller.
Alright. I put the pill into my mouth. Tosuka turns off the light in the room, begins etching some kind of design into the floor. I wait like this for 5 minutes. After finishing the preparations, Tosca sits down on the bed. So, Tosca, what should I do? It's not that she didn't hear me. Tosca furrows her brow in a strangely awkward expression. What? Is it something that's hard to say? I'm prepared, you know. No matter how absurd it is, you can't surprise me.
She's gonna make him take his clothes off.
That's what it means to trust her. Tosca nods in assent, and then...
This is hard to say, but just take off your clothes.
In a strained voice, she gives an unfamiliar order. Time to confirm the situation. The room's lights are off. Tosca's sitting on the bed with her face down, strangely nervous. Though it's a bit late to confirm this, I think Tosca's soft-looking body, extremely supple legs are sensational. And she ordered me to take off my clothes.
Hey, you don't get any weird ideas. I just told you to take off your clothes. I'll take off mine too, so it's fair.
Right, so it's fair. She yells at me. I see, I think, withdrawing my strange expectation. Huh? You're taking your clothes off too? I don't think that leaves much room for weird ideas or misunderstandings.
Sure it doesn't. I said don't misunderstand me. We need to take off our clothes to make it easier to transfer body heat. There's no other meaning to it. Understand, to transplant the magic crest, we need to enter a state of high sympathy. So we have to take off as much extra stuff as we can, right?
Oh, I see. That's right. I don't know what a magic crest transplant's all about, but transplant probably means something like a medical transplant, so we need to expose our skin. You could have just explained it. I can just take off my shirt, right?
Of course, if you take your pants off, I'm throwing that heater at you.
The scary part is that she probably would. I take off my shirt. She's given me treatment several times, but I'm still kind of embarrassed. I hear a deep breath in the dim light, probably Tosca's.
And next, Shiro, look the other way for a minute.
I see, so you're going to undress too, Tosca. She doesn't answer. Her silence must be an affirmative answer. I turn around and fall silent. While I'm turned around, I take a deep breath to keep myself calm. I'm going to take over Tosca's magic crest and make a path between us. I'll borrow Tosca's magical energy in order to invoke the reality marble to defeat that servant. So this is just part of the process of that long and arduous battle. As long as I understand that, I should be able to shut out any unnecessary worldly thoughts.
Shiro's a good boy.
He's trying his best.
Okay, Shiro.
My heart skips a beat. I slowly turn around. She took a sock off.
Oh my god, stop!
Then, I know it's rude, but I unintentionally knit my brows. Tosca, what's with that half-hearted state of undress? Tosca took off her clothes. But it doesn't feel like she put any effort into it.
What? Are you saying you're dissatisfied?
It's more like the balance is off. The point is, I took off my shirt, so it's disproportionate if you only do this much. If it's not symmetrical, I can't settle down.
Oh, I got it. I just have to bare both legs. Never knew this guy was such a maniac.
You fiend. Bare legs. Well, probably for the best I don't inquire as to what she's talking about. I don't mind, but you're the one to perform the ritual. If that's enough to make it succeed, I won't complain.
Well, it'll be harder if I don't take them off, but I mean, it'd be a waste to show everything.
Tosca mutters to herself. Thankfully, I've got my hands full keeping calm, so I can't argue with Tosca.
Okay, Shiro, turn around again.
Gotta get the other sock off.
I
I turn around and she mumbles.
You're gonna turn around and she's got the other sock off.
This time the rustling of Tosca's clothes goes on longer. What rustling? One more time, I command my heart to remember that this is a serious ritual. Even if Tosca is dressed immodestly, everything will be ruined if I let my mind race.
Is this any better, Shiro?
Tosca's voice is trembling. I take a long look at her.
Put the socks back on. Put the socks back on. Put the socks back on.
It's hard to take an existing scene and edit it in a way where you get rid of all the nudity and all the sex.
No, I love it.
And
I think it's
sometimes
so
you gotta
funny.
put a sock back on.
She literally said, "Listen, it's too much skin if I have my top off, or my top, or my overshirt off, and my socks off. So to put the socks back on, and then just take the top off, and then it'll be fair."
The light of the lamp softly illuminates her body. Her thin shoulders and neck, the lines of her collarbone are beautifully drawn.
How is it? Are you satisfied now?
I'm relieved that Tosca's still belligerent, even when she's so beautiful.
Oh, it's just to be yelling. I understand now.
My face relaxes, and I may be smiling without meaning to. No complaints here. In fact, this might be harder. I hide my face with my hand to take a deep breath. My face is probably red, so I'll seem nervous unless I hide it.
After seeing that face, I think I'll call this a draw. Okay, Shiro, come here.
Tosca beckons me from atop the bed. Oh. We sit across from one another. The bed bounces slightly under our weight. It's so much funnier that you can only see their heads.
It's so much funnier.
Neither of us speak a word, and we take another deep breath. The ritual to transfer Tosca's magic crest is about to begin. We move closer together, and I stiffen my restless mind. I clear my head and I concentrate.
I'm starting. I'll put this on your chest.
She extends her left arm where the magic crest is. Her arm is exposed, and the pattern on her upper arm emerges faintly as it fills with magical energy.
After we've sympathized, I'll transplant the magic crest into your magic circuit. The magic crest is a part of another person's body. I'll be transplanting something foreign into you, so your body may reject it.
I understand. I'm used to that kind of chaos. That's what training my magic circuit's always meant to me. Forcing a foreign second nerve into me and controlling it, though I'm not sure if a magic crest is the same sort of thing.
That's right. You're used to doing absurd things to your body, aren't you?
Tosca lets out a laugh, as if remembering my absurd training method has made her ease up. However...
That said, if you do anything weird, I'll kill you.
She suddenly narrows her eyes and glares at me. Define weird. She ignores me. She draws close to me, our shoulders almost colliding. It's like I'm hugging Tosca's left hand to my chest. Tosca's breath is on the nape of my neck. Not just a deep breath, but...
Ooh, is this me casting a spell? Yeah, sick. Wings abreast, engender, crest restraint, first, 60th, suspend.
My breathing trembles as she says her spell. I can feel the magical energy coursing through Tosca's body through her hand. Her slender fingers are upon my chest, my heartbeat and Tosca's pulse.
Engrave the oath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not counting.
Debatable. I close my eyes and try to deepen my concentration. The pulse and waves overlap. Tosuka's the one uniting them, and I maintain the rhythm. I unify my mind, keep my mind clear like I do when I train. That's all I can do, since I have no experience in sympathizing.
Small and big and small, wings abreast, originated.
My eyes are shut so tightly, it's as if they're sewn shut. My sense of smell dulls, and my tongue tastes nothing. My body's senses are going out of whack. I can't tell if I'm sitting or standing. On the other hand, Tosuka's touch feels hot. I can't differentiate my own pulse from Tosuka's waves. I hallucinate someone gripping my heart. I imagine myself gripping someone's heart. I grope around with my fingers to check the feeling of the palm being transmitted to me. My ears now. My ears still work and I hear that voice. No, my body's so unclear that I can't tell if that was my body or if what I just heard was Tosuka's voice.
So we think this is me?
I think so.
Huts.
That breathing sounds like someone's in pain. I know it's not my own breathing I'm hearing, so I listen carefully.
Hey, take this seriously, Shiro.
I get scolded from inside myself. I try to ask what this means. What's happening?
This is the initial stage of the sympathizing, so our senses are switching places and going wild. The real thing's still coming, so if you don't concentrate, you'll be repelled by our shared senses.
That's all I hear before suddenly losing sight of myself. It feels like my body's turned into paper that's being folded up. It's being slowly, carefully put away, but time has stopped in the outside world, so from the outside it must look like it's happening at the speed of light. There's no end to the stowing and reduction. Any flat object should have a limit to how many times it can be folded, no matter how wide its surface area. My body's being shut up deeper and deeper. My field of vision is turning blue. The world before I was folded up is red. I'm floating. I'm falling, but floating, and the world is passing by me at high speed. When I try to reach out my hand to get used to this fast yet frozen world. I realize that my arms are already folded up. That's worrying. I got rid of the excess things and the things I don't need here, but it's a problem I don't have my limbs. I can't recognize myself. So the first thing I should do isn't to affirm the world, but to hypothesize my own form.
This is not a dragon game.
It's the equivalent.
Yeah, what is this? This is so rad.
I clench both my hands. Even if only hypothetically, I recognize my own self. There is no top or bottom. No sky or earth. I'm floating in a blue celestial sphere.
That's the line that got you?
There's been a bunch, okay? It's peaceful. Not in terms of sound, but rather the entire shape is peaceful and complete. Time is passing outside. The outside is entirely filled by this blue sea. There's nothing inside the celestial sphere. In other words, from the perspective of the blue sea, this sphere itself is the sky. A world egg. Has this sphere been covered with a shell? Or have the exterior and interior been reversed? Is this everything born from nothing, or nothing forced out from everything? Inverted, the celestial sphere continues to turn. Time continues to turn. An intangible thing that took form over many months and years. There is no repeated form, and no different life. A phenomenon shared by everything. Things of the same form gather and give shape to entirely different laws. Each rare cause displays a great effect. Beautiful, they're just like fish traversing the sea. There is no will in this complete world. No persistence or defense, no symbiosis or antagonism. Anything that comes here is taken as intent. If I am a foreign substance come to exploit it, then they will respond naturally. A remarkably long time passes. The assembly of the crest draws the design of the foreign substance. But what requires caution is it inverts. I see an illusion. A hidden past passes through, one that is not my own. I see an old memory. The morning of parting with a certain person, someone else's memory, of being sent to a holiday via far from Fuyuki because of the beginning of a conflict. What requires caution is, no matter what the intent behind the reaction is, to the human consciousness, the process they're carrying out is nothing less than divine punishment. In this body that has no need for eyes or brain, I feel dizzy. Information is passing me. I return to an old memory. The morning of parting with a certain person. Someone else's memory of seeing off someone who would never hold their hand again. The lines of the magic crest swim around me. They swirl around, searching for the bait that's appeared. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing bait can do to begin with. The only way to produce a result is to observe and accept everything in this way. The transformation is gradual. Time surrounds me like a spiral and passes within me. And corrodes me as if swallowing nothingness. Persons, 2. Season, winter. Title, farewell. A bouquet is offered up. A young girl stands before a gravestone. Behind her stands a towering priest. No words are spoken. This day, too, the girl firmly bottles up her grief. Foreign substance added. A spiral blade ringing the body. Like a vicious thrush. The transfer of the crest has begun. I observe a gruesome fact. Thankfully, my ability to feel pain has been folded away. As if it is someone else's concern, I watch myself being locked up, bound, dismembered, disassembled, and played with. Flesh is very easily shredded. Bone is very easily whittled. All that's left is a soul that will feel pain for all eternity. It's like one arm has become the leg of an insect. It feels disgusting. This is her pain too. The pain I once heard of carrying the magic crest. I feel respect for her. She holds in this level of discomfort, maybe many times more repulsive, with a brilliant smile. It doesn't feel unpleasant at all. If I think of that, what is there to fear? I touch an even deeper place. In her memories full of nothing but partings, there was one. One meeting that filled her heart with longing. Someone was running in the school grounds. A running high jump. He ran towards a bar over and over. She was watching. For no reason until the sun set. Wondering what meaning there was to such a thing. Looking somehow betrayed, looking as though she was seeing something precious, she gazed at the scene for a very long time. That's all there is to the story. An after-school occurrence that could happen anywhere. But to her, it was an indelible childhood memory, something akin to a revolution. Faintly. I recognize the scene too, from a day very long ago. Time returns to the outside. The world is returning to completion. My consciousness, solidified from being folded up so tightly, begins to disappear. Like a bubble bursting on the surface of the sea. Accepting the foreign body in my arm, I'm cut loose from the inside. My body feels heavy. Still half asleep, I open my eyes and look around aimlessly. My consciousness becomes clear. I'm lying face up on a bed with my shirt off. My left shoulder is hot and sweaty. When I try to wipe it off with my hand, it stings like a burn. Something feels off, as if I've grown an extra finger. I'm clearly different than I was before now. That's right, Tosca, did it work? How much time has passed? Maybe I passed out and overslept and it's been several hours? Huh. So she is here. Good, I thought I overslept. Wait. I think I might be getting glared at here. Tosca, did it work?
Of course it works, so well that nobody could complain, so perfectly that there won't be after effects, so flawlessly that even Kirei, who specializes in this stuff, would give it a backhanded compliment like, "Well done for my disciple."
Ah. Guess that means it worked really well. Just one problem. Tosca doesn't seem boastful or proud. Actually, she's mad. Really mad. She's sulking like she's about to blow her top. It looks like the situation has gone kinda bad. I need to catch on to why she feels this way and calm her down as quickly as possible, but unworthy student that I am, I can't even figure out what my master's angry about. Ow. My upper arm throbs with pain. It's a weird sensation, like a deep cut combined with a burn. Whoa. There's no doubt about it. A design is branded on my left shoulder. It gives off a faint blue light, not unlike Tosca's magic crest. Tosca, is this?
Yes, it's the magic crest I transplanted to you. It's just a circuit with no trace of the original magic left now, though.
I see, but that's amazing. I thought it would hurt more, but it doesn't hurt at all. It's just a little heavy.
You'll get used to that soon enough. It's just a path to transfer magical energy, so it shouldn't have too much of an effect on the body. The crest... No, the circuit will mimic your body, so half a year from now, you won't feel anything.
I see. So does this mean...
The transfer is complete. It's fundamentally a one-way path from me to you, so you can't send magical energy to me. At this stage, I can only send my magical energy to you. From here on out, everything hangs on your effort. We've solved the issue of the magical energy to create the reality marble, so the only thing left is...
me. All that's left is for me to activate all my magic circuits and successfully create the reality marble. Yeah, thank you, Tosca. I'm grateful for the magic crest.
Of course, I won't let you apologize. If you put it into money, it'd be in the trillions, so you'd take a lifetime paying it back.
Ha! That really would be a lifetime. So why are you so mad, Tosca?
You saw, didn't you?
Huh? Saw what? It couldn't be. I was totally blank during the ritual, but did I actually push Tosca down or something? Wait, did I do something?
Like I said, you saw it, didn't you? You beast.
Beast? No way. Did I really do something that would make me deserve to be called that? No, it can't be. I mean, the bed doesn't look very messed up. And if something like that had happened, I wouldn't be alive now anyway.
First of all, oh. Yeah, first of all, my eyes didn't work during the ritual. Or at least I mostly just... Oh, I think that's you. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, first of all, my eyes didn't work during the ritual, or at least I mostly just saw white. All I saw was imagery that looked like magic circuits, and... Ah. Does that mean Tosco's talking about that? The illusions I glimpsed? It's not unusual to see visions of the depths of someone's mind when in a sympathized state. It must be the same thing as me seeing Saber's dreams, or the heroic spirit Emiya's. I slapped my knee in understanding. In that case, what I'm most curious about is that one. That dusky schoolyard that didn't fit in with the other dreams. That's it. Tosca, you had a weird dream, right? There was some guy in a school grounds who was high jumping like an idiot. You watched him the whole time until the sun set. What was that about? Ah! Before I can finish, a pillow smacks me in the face. It's like a slash combined with a full swing. A satisfactory blow that Saber or Fujine would admire. Gah! Ah! There's one problem. The normally fluffy pillow has such an impact and damage that if it's as if it's filled with water. Hey, Tosca, what?
Shut up!
She pursues me with the pillow. Tosca hits me repeatedly with overhead swings of the pillow in her immodest state. Ow, ow, ow! Did you put magical energy in that thing? Just stop already! This is weird! What's wrong with you?
Shut up, you beast! What are you getting so arrogant for? Picking at people's secrets!
Whoa, ow, wait, that was a secret? I shout in surprise and receive a direct hit to the face from the opening in my guard. Gah. An agonizing pillow uppercut. Combined with the fatigue from the transfer, I'm knocked down again. Tosca must still be angry. She grabs the back of my neck and drags me across the floor.
It's fine. I'll look at your embarrassing memories next time. I won't go easy on you when that time comes, even if you prostrate yourself before me. That's right.
Anything but that. Wait, could it be... I wasn't able to ask after all. She tosses me out of the room by my neck.
Emiya-kun, girls have a lot of preparation to do, so would you mind going back to your own room?
With that mean grin of hers, Tosca slams the door. Pushed into the hallway without my shirt, I stare blankly at the door. Don't be stupid. Guys have lots of stuff, too. I stand up, still clutching my dizzy head. I want to say something back to Tosca on the other side of the door, but I give up. In the end, I wasn't able to ask what the scene I saw meant to Tosca. Oh well, if she's that mad about it, must have had some special meaning. Muttering stupidly to myself, I go back to my room. It was probably just an excuse for Tosuka to kick me out, but it's true that there's no time. The date's already changed. There's probably less than an hour left before we head to the temple. Yeah, this is... I close my eyes and feel the magical energy pouring into me. Tosuka isn't consciously supplying me with magical energy yet, but it's already enough to fill me up. If Emi Ashiro's magical energy capacity is 20 or 30, she always has 500 magical energy. I'm sure it would take years to fill up her whole capacity, but I bet her maximum capacity could reach 1,000. I'm amazed. She really is amazing. It makes me realize her greatness again. Well, she's exhausted right now, and most magi only keep about 80% of their magical energy, so Tosuka has about 400 magical energy right now. But that's still a huge amount. I use about 2 magical energy to use 1 strengthening magic. And about 5 magical energy to use 1 projection magic. Using that example, I can use my projection magic dozens of times now, when I could only do it 6 times before. Well, a cheap vehicle will overheat even if there's enough gasoline. But this has greatly increased my power. I might even be able to beat that King of Heroes with this. All that's left is... There's 1 more hour. I should rest my body until then. I'll rest and recover my mental and physical energy for the final battle, the Ryudo Temple. Everything is set. I'll fully prepare myself since Tosuka's given me her magic crest and opened up her heart to me.